try to, like, when you're supposed to carry a backpack with you at all times in water, take the backpack and like lift it over your head or something.
I thought that was a bear.
No.
For
a bear, you walk away. For a mountain lion, don't run. Act as big as you can.
Okay. Let's de-escalate. Let's take it down to about where someone fell and tripped and probably scraped their knee or
trips.
Let's start there. Basic first aid.
Patrick,
Talk about some basic first aid things that happen.
And can I say something real fast? Don't always talk about injuries. What if we ran out of gas or out of like some? It's just
that's why they don't say
any specific hazard. It could be anywhere from like running out of food to me breaking my ankle again.
If we run out of food, that'll be unfortunate.
Well, we might with Chris in the vehicle.
What?
Nothing.
I totally wasn't paying attention.
The chance of the car breaks down is going to be a lot better than getting attacked by a cougar.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
there is one new situation that we are going to be in that many of you have not been in before. And that's that this camp starts at 7,000 feet and goes up from there. So who here has been at altitude?
Oh yeah.
I was at the last outing last year.
Who's felt bad at high altitude?
I got sick.
Jonathan got sick real bad.
Yeah,
so
Jonathan got cranky. He didn't really get
He's
sick.
always cranky.
Tom gets bloody noses.
So one thing that's important is for you guys to understand the effects of altitude, the symptoms of altitude sickness,
And have some aspirin.
and understand what you should do about it.
Always have
This list only
have water on you.
Have like an aspirin or something to take care of your headache, because that's what I had whenever I got that high altitudes. I got a really bad headache and slept like an entire day.
Yeah, with the number of people going on this trip, somebody will probably experience altitude sickness.
Watch, this will be my fourth year
Some level
being
of
at
altitude
and
sickness.
I'll be the one to experience altitude sickness.
I got it last year.
That would be the thing that
I love
happened to
that.
me.
It was actually really cool.
Everybody for the first half a day or day will be continually out of breath, at the very least. And as we carry our stuff from the parking lot up this 200-foot hill to the tents, you're going to think that's 12 miles, and it's the hardest thing you've ever done. Now, by the end of the week, you'll think nothing of it. It's just going to be
And when you get home, you
like
start
walking
running
from
past
your
the
bedroom
door,
to the bathroom.
You'll drink some Red Bull, you'll start running.
His head will spin.
Get some nauseous.
Now, everybody's going to have to watch out for everybody else and understand the symptoms of altitude sickness. So who here has experienced altitude sickness? Can you tell us the symptoms, please?
Great story.
One symptom that I had, I was nauseated.
That's what I was thinking.
I wanted
Nausea, over excessive
I
sweating.
didn't really want to drink. I didn't really want to eat, and
All I wanted to do was sleep.
didn't want to move a whole lot. You know, and it was nothing. I pushed myself in every direction to try to get myself out of it. There's not much you can do except for just endure it for the first day.
No, all I wanted to do was sleep until food was available.
Now, one thing that can help is drink a lot. Before you feel the
That's
symptoms,
water,
drink a
not
lot.
blood.
If you start to
Drink a
feel the
lot,
symptoms,
period.
drink a lot. Because if you get way into the symptoms, your stomach will be upset and you won't want to drink. So it's almost has to be something you need to avoid rather than try to
Kinda like Mr.
recover from.
I could have been. I
It's
can't
like you
remember.
can't push yourself
There's
doing that.
HAPE and haste. One of them
Well,
is
it's
just
hard
a
to push
sickness, and
yourself.
one of them would actually kill you.
There's no, I kept saying.
I forget which one it was.
I think I just had the standard thing. It's about after 24 hours I was feeling good, but
I was about 4 hours off down. I did not good.
So watch out for your buddies. Somebody on this trip will experience that, and they will not like it.
Problem is around here, you
Sounds
can't
like me.
Probably be me.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna
just
put
gives
my
you
bet on
different
the
ways.
floor.
it just
Hey, maybe
What,
you
straight
went.
from
yeah,
the
I've done it a couple
board?
times. Maybe it won't affect them, but
Yeah, you went.
Now, there is a possibility, but the risk is very, very small. You would have more severe symptoms of high altitude sickness. And that's the next thing on here. And the abbreviations are HAPE and HACE. The first one is high altitude pulmonary edema. And the second one is high altitude cerebral edema. Now, the pulmonary edema means you have fluid in your lungs. So it's similar to pneumonia. And that can be serious. So you need to be aware whether you are feeling congested and having a really, really hard time breathing and are feeling really, really ill. And the way to treat that is very easy. You just go to a lower elevation. So if somebody actually has serious altitude sickness, we'll have to go down
Chris.
low. We'll have to go down below 2,000
That's
feet.
that one joke.
And if we need to, we will do that. So if after 24 hours somebody is still feeling ill or is feeling more ill than they were, we'll have to figure out a way to evacuate them to a lower altitude. Now, high altitude cerebral edema is a very, very serious illness. It usually happens at very high altitudes, like
Couldn't it be
above
fatal
18 or
also?
20,000 feet. But cerebral edema means that you have pneumonia in your brain. You have fluid building up inside your head. And that can kill you very, very quickly.
That's what I was talking about in Mr. Baker. All the two people.
Be a
Paper
little-
head.
So who knows what the symptoms of that are?
I think I know one.
What?
Well, blood clot.
No.
Obviously, headache. You got fluid in your head.
Here's one.
Yeah, it could be a
Headache.
headache, but it may not be. The symptoms are similar to hypothermia. It could be confusion or lack of will. You don't want to do anything at all. You know, you don't even want to tie your shoes or get up. You just. And
Oh, yeah.
if that's unusual for you.
Hypothermia.
Your brain functioning and
David
everything is
would know hypothermia real
slowing
well.
down.
Well, my brain's
Yeah, I
already
know the symptoms of hypothermia kind of well.
So if you think you're feeling bad or you think you have hypothermia, go see David. He'll know.
You got hate.
And the cerebral edema, we have to evacuate you right away and get you medical attention. You can't just evacuate and go stay in a hotel and get better. That one requires medical attention. The risks of both of those are low, but it can happen.
Unless we're climbing Mount Everest, then it's unexpected.
Yeah, but, you know, Mount Everest, that wasn't on my weekend planner.
Okay, next thing on the list, wildlife.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lincoln had a question, I think.
Oh, yes, sir.
Will you have a list of emergency members, or should we bring our own?
There'll be.
It's all on your health
There's on
forms.
your health form.
If you filled those out correctly, all your emergency numbers are on there, so we'll have copies. Okay, wildlife. So Patrick was on the right track talking about mountain lions.
Yeah.
So who knows what kind of wildlife we're likely to encounter?
Deers.
I'll call on somebody.
Bear.
Braden.
Bears.
Yeah, there's bears there. Jesse.
Yeah, they were
Elk.
Yes, elk. Alex.
Rattlesnakes.
There are rattlesnakes. David.
Eskimos.
No Eskimos. Patrick.
Those aren't named, but ticks.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Could
They're
be ticks.
Because you can see a tick come from a mile away.
Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there are mountain lions. Now, does anybody know in general what the most dangerous wildlife we're likely to encounter is? The one that causes the most injuries?
Ticks.
Mosquito.
Bear.
No.
Mosquito.
No.
Spider.
Deer.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Deer?
Yep, there are more injuries caused by deer than anything else that is commonly considered
We
to be
won't be
wildlife.
driving cars around the camp.
They're on the run.
Are they?
So no matter what the wildlife is, even if it's really cute, do not approach it.
David, you wouldn't expect it. Yeah, like
Or try to
Cute
lean over
little
and take
doe
a
to
picture
come
of it.
people, like the deer over there are really friendly. Not even joking. There's a deer in our campsite. We were maybe 10 feet away from her taking pictures, and it was just laying there staring at us.
Posing.
You can't imagine all the people walking up to it and when first like try to touch it, it'll get so.
So someone actually tried to touch it, Chris?
No, we were just when I
I
was
just hit you with the tank.
when
Don't
I was
get-
at
don't
Bend
get
to the
hooked.
Tour, David. When we were at Bend to the Tour 4 or 5 years ago, there's a little like hole with rocks in it. We were just sitting there laying at it. There's a big crowd of people just sitting there taking pictures, and we were no more than 5 or 10 feet away from it. It was weird.
Okay, so you guys need to understand about these kind of hazards that we're likely to run into and make sure that you know what to do. And if it happens, make sure that you do it. That'd be really embarrassing for us to have covered something in our planning like this and that not be the way you respond if we were in that situation. That never happens in the military, does it?
Oh, never.